2, 1. Yes, good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. We are back again for the second episode of Talk the Ting Sports.
Yes, I.
Yeah, man. As you can see, some fellas smiling on the video. Well, all fellas on the video are smiling, but I know some of the fellas watching now not going to be smiling. So we want to hear from you guys, namely the Arsenal fans, the City fans. I don't know how many City fans we have in DA, but we want to hear from you guys. So we're gonna go through a few things. We're gonna go through the results of the games from the past weekend. We're gonna talk about the fantasy, who topped the fantasy for the week. We're gonna talk about a little bit of cricket. West Indies had a big win today, so we'll talk about that a little bit. We want to make sure that we get you guys involved, right? So one of the things that we want to make sure is that you guys know how to get on the video, not on the video, but be part of the show. Your video is accepted and acceptable if you want to join us on video. But if you don't want to join us on video, that's also okay. So how you would do it is basically we have the meeting ID here, as you can see. Not on this side, but on this side, right behind me, right? The meeting ID and the password. We will let you into the Zoom and you can give your views, right? We do ask though that when you come and give your views, please keep the profanity to yourself, all right? But we want you guys to give your views on the past weekend. We want you guys to call on any particular topics you guys think would be interesting to discuss on the past football weekend or anything in sports in general. We would love to discuss with you guys. So just a little thing, when you do join the Zoom, like I said, if you want to put your video on, that's fine. If you don't put your video on, your name will not even pop up on the Zoom, right? So basically, we will only hear your audio, and we will speak back and forth. And then if you start getting crazy, then I'll kick you off. But if you keep it nice and PG for us, everything will be nice. So, with that said, I had a great weekend, as you guys can see. I had a great weekend. We see that
I wear the wrong jersey today.
Nah, that's okay. That's okay, man. That's okay. Not from that. I see Ifan Thomas already in the chat there. Ifan, we want to hear your views today there. We want to hear your views. I see. What's your fantasy team? We have to talk about that. So join the Zoom so we can talk, my brother. You know what I'm saying? So Carol, what was it with them results then this weekend there? We had some predictions.
Yeah. So to recap last week, right? Fixtures were Brentford versus Arsenal, Man United Leeds, Burnley versus Brighton, Chelsea, Crystal Palace, Everton, Southampton, Leicester, Wolves, Watford versus Villa, Norwich, Liverpool, Newcastle versus West Ham, and Tottenham, Man City was the marquee fixture.
Marquee matchup.
The marquee matchup. Yeah. So Brentford versus Arsenal, Dwayne had called that 1-1, a 1-1 draw. Brad said it was a 2-1 Arsenal win. And I predicted a 2-2 draw. Well, the actual was a 2-0 Brentford win. I think to me that was the surprise of the weekend. But what you saying, Brad?
I give Arsenal the win on the condition that Aubameyang would have been up front. So late right before the game, we get the news that Aubameyang was out. So at that point, my prediction would have changed. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, both Aubameyang and Lacazette were out.
And Lacazette was out, yep.
Arsenal, what you call toothless in that game.
Oui, bon Dieu. Arsenal fans, what do I have to say about that?
No bite.
What do I have to say about that? The man just called you guys toothless there.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like Brentford was more up for it, than Arsenal. I feel like because of the fact that they played the entire last season behind closed doors, because of the fact that they made it to the championship finals the year before and lost.
Yeah.
And then they made it this time, so they've been playing well. And they came up and they had a little fire in their belly, and the fans was really behind them, man. So
But we were talking about it just before we came on there. The fact of the fans being in the stadium is a big factor there. When you're giving your predictions, you have to factor that in, because
it's true. It's true. I feel like last week we didn't really think about the fans because I personally did. When I was thinking about those fixtures, I'm just like, all right, regular thing. Go on who you think have the better team. But then when certain teams, like I was watching that Brentford game, and when them fans start to sing, dog, it was something else.
Even considering the fans, Arsenal players available at the time, I fancy Arsenal to at least get a result there, even away from home. But I didn't expect those players to be out. But at the same time, I feel like the players were a bit soft. Arsenal players were a bit soft. They were, second to every 50-50 challenge.
Right.
Brentford outworked them for sure.
Yep. What's the next game, Carol?
Next game, Man United Leeds. Dwayne called it 4-1 to Man United. Brad called it 3-3. And I said 3-2 to Man United. So then was the closest there.
But the only thing, my brother, I was happy my team scored another goal, but I check in, I
wanted to get your prediction.
It's all right. I mean, the only goal we conceded was a worldie. That was a brilliant strike by Ailey.
Yeah, man.
Brilliant strike. But
that was a very surprising result.
No, not to me, buddy.
I thought Leeds would offer a bit more, but
Yeah, man. But so Dwayne, what do you think about the unveiling? You think that was a nice touch before the start of the game?
I actually think, I think that was good, because I think that did a couple of things, right? One, kind of get the fans, pumped up a little bit, going, I'm saying, before the game, get the fans excited. And also, instead of having fellas on the field playing piano, man doesn't play piano on football field, I'm saying? It's better for the man to come and just show himself to the fans. And, I like the vibes, man. I think it helped build up the crowd and get people excited. First game back in the stands, and I think it was a good touch, a nice touch, And
what is it about McFred now in the midfield?
Boy, McFred, my brother, I still not convinced. McTominay had a good game. He had a good game.
Mm-hmm.
But Fred got a goal.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's just gloss over a sloppy performance, in my opinion.
I think we still need to sign a defensive midfielder, man. McTominay, maybe if you want to make him a box-to-box player, that's okay. But we need a defensive midfielder. But we hope. I don't know. Maybe with Varane coming in, we'll have.
Brad, we know your views on that already. We know your views.
I don't know. According to Man United fans, even with that squad they have, the title out of reach if they don't sign a quality defensive midfielder. I disagree. I think this squad is more than enough to win a title. I think where the deficiency is in the coaching, we'll see.
But I do disagree with you there. I do agree that we have a deficiency in the coaching, but at the same time, sometimes players can win things despite of coaching.
But what I'm saying is, even if you sign that CDM, I don't feel like the tactics and the management is up to standard where that would put all you over the edge. I think you would get those players in and you would still need a manager to come in and sort it. Not saying that Ole is terrible, but I feel like when in the business end of the season, when it comes down to some tactical decisions and stuff,
and some key decisions, making big decisions, I think that
I need Ole to have a little bit more guts, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes just make the tough call, and you might end up going out on the back end, but at least we try everything. You know what I'm saying? You can be playing a game and playing 120 minutes and don't making a sub. You know what I'm saying? Because you're scared of man making mistakes or whatever. You have a young man. You never know. You might put that man in the game, give that man confidence, and that man might go and do something incredible. You know what I'm saying? You have to put confidence in your team, man. So I agree with that.
It's early days still, the season have a way of panning out sometimes.
Yeah, it has sort out itself.
Yeah.
Next one was Burnley versus Brighton.
Brighton.
Dwayne called that 2-1 to Brighton. Brad called it same 2-1 to Brighton. I said 2-0. Actual score was 2-1 to Brighton.
Yes, stop.
Brighton turned it around,
Brighton
man.
would win that one, man. Brighton were in good form, playing good football, and they were just lacking up front. They signed a striker over the summer. I had a feeling Brighton would take.
But then But then it's the same Neil Mope, score for them, score the first goal.
Yeah,
So
they needed help up front, man.
yeah. I didn't actually watch the game, so I can't really tell you how that game pan out. But
yeah, I
1-2.
didn't watch it either. But
1-2. Then move on to the next one.
yeah, what's the next game there?
Chelsea versus Crystal Palace.
All right. We have a Chelsea fan waiting. There. We'll bring him in a little while.
Yeah, doing call for an upset. 1-0 to Palace.
Yeah, I can't stand Chelsea, my brother. That was a little emotional call by me there. Emotional. But
Brad said 3-0 to Chelsea. I called it 5-0. I thought they would have a bigger victory than they actually did. And the score was 3-0 to Chelsea.
all right,
That game I watched.
We have a Chelsea fan there. Let me bring him in there. Let me hear his views on his team before we give our views. All right, I'm going to admit him to the Zoom there. So, but before we bring that man in there, who is that man coming there? Yes, Mr. Chelsea fan. Caller, you live. Caller, go ahead, caller.
I just finding, for the past 2 weeks, the level of disrespect in this forum for my team. I find it.
This disrespect? I don't think anybody has
What's your
disrespect.
thoughts on the game, partner?
Last week, I heard fellas talking about Plastic Club. They couldn't even defend their Champions League trophy. I don't know.
Your thoughts on the
Plastic
game?
Club. Then this season, fellas doing 1-0 predictions. I mean, what's going on?
My brother, predictions are prediction,
3 points.
All right, so what's your thoughts on the game?
Well, first of all, before I give my thoughts on the game, I have to give a rant on how to get the game. I don't know, maybe the fellas, those of all who normally can maybe that problem, but we have a situation in America where it's Peacock or NBC or whatnot. So I could barely watch the game. You have to be there.
Bro, if you want to see your team, man, you have to pay $4 a month. So be it.
No, you have to, at some point, you have to put your foot down. But anyways, my thoughts on the game. I wanted to see Kai start up front. That kind of it messed with my fantasy team.
But me too, I put that man in my team, that man.
I wanted to see Kai up front. Didn't happen, but it was nice to see the youngster we had at the back, Chaluba. It's always nice to see the youngsters come through for Chelsea, but it's always what's going to happen after this first game, because yes, the manager will come out and say, well, great thing, yes, he was good, he was great, but then next week you'll hear we try and sign somebody for 100 million. Like, it's those kind of things that's still frustrating, but it's nice to see that we start off the season well, and I'm happy to see that. I'm not getting too excited yet because over the past couple of years, Chelsea has been, is hot and cold. It's either start of the season good and end it in disaster and we're calling for a manager head, or we start off bad and then we end it smiling with a trophy. So I don't know. Maybe this season is the dawn of a new era. Maybe this is what I've been looking for, but we'll see.
Dawn of a new era, you're right. We're going to go 10 years without winning a trophy. But anyway, so them Chelsea fans, So Rajiv, you think you're going to have major changes in your next match? You thinking?
If I think, we will have major changes. I mean, we didn't buy Lukaku for him to be on the bench.
You buy Werner to score goals in, and he wasn't scoring goals either. So things always work out the way that to work out. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're not at goal contributions they're doing. That's something. Yes, that's something.
We didn't buy him to contribute to goals. We buy him to score goals.
In my opinion, Lukaku failed once, he'll fail twice. Anyway, caller, thanks for calling.
Yeah, Lukaku failed.
Okay, I get the ball rolling. So all in the comments there, I watching everybody commenting. Join the live. Hey, Webster, come and talk to us there on the live. I know you have plenty to say. Come and talk to us there on the live.
I watch Chelsea game and I find, like last year, Chelsea's a team. They have a busy midfield and they just churn out chances. So I really think Lukaku going to have some success in that team. But I don't know what the dynamic will be like if Werner will start with him. Maybe wide forward,
left,
wide
maybe.
left.
I think Werner will start on the left.
What happens to Pulisic? Is he a bench player now? Will he start?
That's the question.
Rotation.
Well, Carol, even if rotation, but not all teams can operate like Manchester City. In teams like Chelsea, you know that there's going to be a favorite 11. And it's going to be painful for some. It might not even be the best 11 as we've seen in the past.
But are Chelsea still playing with that back three formation, or they're gonna persist with that?
That's what it's looking like.
That's what it seems
somebody
like.
Somebody will get left out. Werner, Havertz, Pulisic,
Yep.
Mount. Somebody will get left out.
Not for nothing, boy. Not for nothing. I mean, $89 million player get 4 assists. That's expected. And you have 89 million pounds players that cannot get in a starting 11, and you have some that can't get that. I don't understand, you know. I don't understand. But anyway,
we talk about that game.
Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rajiv. Yes, later.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rajiv.
Yeah, man.
So next we had Everton versus Southampton. Dwayne called it 1-0 to Everton, 1-0. Brad, same thing. I call it 0-0. I expected a ball fest. Everton went behind early and then rolled back with 3 goals.
I watched that game as well. It was surprising. It was very end-to-end. Especially in the second half, Everton kind of turned the screw and create some chances there. Usually you think Rafa teams would be a little more pragmatic, but I think being at home, you know, they were a little more brave.
Adventurous.
Yeah.
Richarlison,
I didn't expect him to play. That man play Copa America, he play Olympics, and right back into the season.
And right back into it.
No rest. But I don't see Everton having too much success this year.
Yeah, they might struggle.
It might be a Liverpool fan in me, but we'll see.
All right. Next one, Leicester Wolves. Dwayne said 2-0. Brad said 3-0. I said 3-1 to Leicester. All in favor of Leicester.
Yeah.
The actual score was 1-0.
It would have been 1-1. But Adam missed a one-on-one chance, a good chance to score. And Leicester look a little shaky still. They're struggling to create some good chances, man.
Did Madison start?
Not sure.
I think he did.
Yeah, I think he did.
We have somebody who want to join the caller. Let me bring them in there.
All right.
Bring them in.
All right.
A young man named Galaxy S10.
Galaxy S10. Yes, caller, you live, caller. Go ahead, caller.
Kieran.
You're live.
You're live, Kieran. You're live. You connected audio.
We're connecting audio.
Yes, I.
Yo.
Yes, I.
You're live.
Yes, I. What are you saying?
I don't see myself on that screen then. I don't.
It's all right. You don't need to see yourself.
You don't have to see yourself. We see you.
So who we on now? Who we on Everton? I think we were just talking about Everton.
We're talking about Leicester.
Leicester Wolves.
Oh, okay.
Kieran, before you start, what team do you support? Who's your team?
I'm a Liverpool fan, man. You know that from time.
Big up yourself.
Kick me still.
Already. Imagine I have my jersey at home, you know, but my jersey is a little outdated, so I forget a fresh one, man.
You have a Coutinho.
Yeah, I have a Coutinho, but it's outdated.
It might be redated there. Is it? You take him back?
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well, we have you on the line there. Give us your thoughts on the weekend football.
Well, generally, the games were good. To me, the games were exciting. You know, the top teams perform. You know.
So hold on, I'm not to cut you off there. So ask another top team.
Well, right now we have to argue if we can consider Arsenal a top tier team right now. Because
yeah, that's a fair point.
It's arguable right now, but generally the top teams perform well. I saw City lost today. I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy.
Amen.
Me and you. I think all of us happy about it.
So I see City. I always like to see City lose, man. Every time they score a goal on Pep, just drink plenty of water. You must notice that. All he doing is drinking water.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed the games, man. This weekend, it was good to bring the Premier League back, and the games were great. Yeah,
man.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you think the performance from your team now?
Well, we didn't reach Liverpool yet. I was waiting to see if
now we can jump to Liverpool.
We can jump, man. We can jump.
Yeah, okay, good.
So Dwayne had it 2-0, Brad 3-0, I had 4-1, all in favor of Liverpool, and Liverpool's the score was 3-0.
Well, you see, Brad knows his team.
Correct. I know my team.
Brad knows his team.
We always beating Norwich. Norwich not competition for us.
My views on the game, I thought we played well. At first, I was kind of upset, as Mobsy know, I told him I was kind of upset when I saw James Milner on the starting lineup. But I check in, listen, man, club know what they're doing at the end of the day. I mean, we have our critics, we have our own critics and stuff like that. But them man in there, them man know what they're doing. So I check in, okay, let's see what happening. At the beginning of the game, we could see it was a little bit shaky. I find our midfield wasn't really holding the ball and making some piercing runs and stuff like that. But generally, we start to get into the game a little bit gradually. And then I find that we really pick up some speed after the first goal. Diego Jota, as I said, one thing I would like to say that I think I would have liked to see we sign another natural goal scorer, because I'll be honest with you guys, I think if something happened to Jota during the season, we're gonna be in problem to score goals. Although Salah looked like in form, but I think couple like 2-3 years ago when we had the Salah Firmino Mane partnership, like that three guy partnership, we was in business. But right now, it's a little shaky. So I think we needed another natural goal scorer. Jota is a good fit. Jota is a really good fit. But at the same time, I think we needed somebody else in case Jota have an injury or something with another natural goal scorer. What do you think, Mobsy?
Yeah, I agree. But for me, like, I watched the lineup there and I was scared because I know when you play a team like Norwich, you may have more of the ball. You want players that can keep possession, and we play in a very high defensive line. We cannot afford to be giving the ball away at the half line. You know what I mean? So when I see with Ox and Keita and Milner, it's not exactly the most fluid midfield, and it shows.
Right.
We didn't really have too much possession in the middle third of the field, and I mean the forwards are the forwards. They'll do their thing when you work the ball up to them. But I feel like, and we know that's not going to be our starting lineup going forward. Fabinho will come back in, Thiago may come in, Henderson may come in. So I'm not too worried about that. But I do think we could have used some additional firepower up front.
Definitely. Yeah,
Origi seemed to be reach his peak, and he passed his best. At this point, we should have moved on from Origi and see if we bring in some
another natural.
Even if it's some young talent, but and we have some young talent in the club, fellas like Ben Woodburn and these kind of guys that can come in and do it. But Harvey Elliott, them are coming, man. But I think we're okay in terms of the squad for the season. It's just injuries permitting.
Yeah,
will be good.
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
All right. Yeah, man. So thanks for giving us your views, man.
Fellas, all in already. I'll stay tuned on the YouTube, but I have to go and finish my laundry. So all in already.
Yeah, man.
Big up.
Later.
Yeah.
So Kerry, what's the next match there? We touched on Liverpool. What's the next match?
Watford Villa.
Yeah, that's an interesting game there now. So
Dwayne said 2-1, Brad said 2-1, I said 2-0, all in favor of Aston Villa. Watford surprised us with a 3-2 win.
But all of us was wrong. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I really thought some of the new signings would have come in and give them man a little bump. But we underestimate the away and the crowd, man. I think we underestimate that.
Yeah. Villa seem to also still trying to figure out their best 11, their best setup.
True.
They tried that 4-2-3-1 and it didn't work out with the players they start. So
yeah. So what's the next match there?
Newcastle West Ham this morning.
Why? That was
Dwayne said 2-2. Brad said 2-1. I said 2-1. All in favor of West Ham. West Ham win 4-2.
Boy. Whoever pick up Antonio in fantasy get some good returns, you boy.
He missed a penalty though.
That's unfortunate, but you get the assist for it, so it cancels itself.
Yeah.
That
was a good game.
Very good. I think Souček and Rice in that midfield. Them man is like they play well together. Yeah. And then Ben Rama off the left, Bowen and was the other one there? Rama, Bowen and somebody else.
So let me ask you the fellas, because I was listening to TalkSport the other day and they were talking about Declan Rice and his valuation. I mean, we all know there's a premium for English players and stuff like that, right? But You think Declan Rice would be good value at 65, 70 million pounds?
I think that's too much money for him, man. I don't know, man. I personally think that is just too much money for Declan Rice.
I don't think Declan Rice doing anything that I cannot get somebody else to do for me for cheaper. For less.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I don't see what he brings, man. He's a good player, you know, at the top. He playing for a team in the top division in England, you know.
And playing consistently.
Well, I don't see him as like a star in any category that I would rank midfielders.
I agree, man. I agree with that. Fellas, we have two people in the waiting room there. So guys, in the waiting room, I have a couple people. So we're gonna bring you guys on and give you a point and you can jump off, right? Give somebody else a little chance.
Yeah, man.
So first person we're gonna bring on there, we're gonna bring on our partner from New York. You know what I mean? He jumping on there. I hope I don't know that is him now. I was making a joke there, but and we have one more person in the chat. Just hang tight, all right? Hey, good evening, caller. You live? Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, how everybody doing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good, man. What are you saying?
Yes, sir. To touch on what all you were discussing about Declan Rice, definitely not. His valuation is that's way too much for him. That is way too much.
Why? Why?
Performance, and if you had to make a case for him, right, from the performance we saw today there, like, no, I would not pay that much for that man at all. He's not, to me, as Brad said, you could find somebody way cheaper that could do the same thing that Declan Rice does. Like, it's just outrageous.
Yeah. Brad John Baptist say Rice do even with 40 mil. Just for 65.
I can see why you say that. The man, like 65 mil, come on. And with the game today, right, I saw how St. Maximin played against Declan Rice, what he did to him, like back and forth. And it was like, playing somebody with no experience, no defensive experience.
In Rice defense, there are very few players in world football who can contain St. Maximin.
That's true.
Yeah,
but
true, but
to stop that man, you have to be a team defending effort. You have to be well organized and structured. One-on-one, you're not gonna stop that man. So I would give Rice too much discredit there.
So but overall, the overall match, like if you had to rate him as a defensive midfielder for the overall match.
No, Rice is a good defensive midfielder, you know. I mean, he's doing his job. It's just, you know, when you think great defensive midfielders, they have some categories.
Yeah, exactly. They have an X factor.
Passes, or you know,
they have an X factor. Like Kante have an engine, and Kante will tackle, he'll break up play.
Right.
Yep. And you'll see Kante.
We could use him as on Man U.
With that Kante?
Yeah.
We could use everybody on Man U.
Like, so now let me ask you a question now. I mean, I know you're a United fan. What you thought about the game?
The game was amazing. Let me tell you first off, the game was amazing. My man of the match was Pogba. I don't care. Nobody said. Bruno got a hat trick, which was amazing. But if you look at Pogba, right? The two passes. Hello? The two passes that really, I was just like, wow, was the first pass to Bruno for the goal, right? And then the second pass to Greenwood. Dude, that was just perfectly weighted. There's nothing more Greenwood had to do except take the ball in stride, go, shoot, score. And even Bruno, that pass. And I saw you guys, somebody sent a link saying that one guy said, oh, Pogba nobody should be surprised at what Pogba do or whatnot. He shouldn't be man of the match. I'm like, dude, he just broke a record. Or he just equalized the record for the like, what are you talking about?
I'll partner Graham Souness. But like, so we appreciate the views, man. We want to keep it running. We have a couple of people waiting. So awesome, thanks for calling, man. You know, keep supporting the show, man. We appreciate it for sure.
No problem.
Share the link.
Definitely.
All right. Yeah, man. All right. So we bring another partner there now. We have a couple of people more waiting there, man. I like the vice fellas. Keep coming on the Zoom Ronaldo and give your views and everything. Ronaldo Riley. Go ahead, Ronaldo. If you can hear us there now. Connecting. Ronaldo Riley, go ahead, caller, you live.
Yeah. How happening, brothers?
What are you saying?
What are you saying?
Mama State.
What you
From
say?
Baba State?
Baba State, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Guy.
No, already.
Yeah, man.
Which team you
Which
supporting
team
there?
you support?
Liverpool.
Yes, I big up yourself. Smart,
Boy.
you smart.
Well, plenty Liverpool fans calling there, boy.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
Yeah,
give us,
man.
give
But
us
go
your
ahead,
views on
man.
give us your views on the game on the Liverpool game first and on the weekend overall.
Liverpool game on the weekend. It's my
Yeah.
team. I don't support my team no matter what. I don't give no excuse, nothing.
Yeah.
I take my blows. I watch my game. I don't have nobody. Man, give me the excuse and say they put that player on their team and they don't like that player, so they have to lose. And nothing that. Whoever on my team, I support my team.
Yeah.
Respect,
But I was
respect.
a little shaky when I see Ox and Keita alone in my midfield.
Yeah.
You check me. But now
Yeah.
I could see on my team, Van Dijk still looking like he's afraid to make the extra run
That is true.
because he's injury hunting him still. I can tell you
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah,
Check.
little cautious still, yeah.
But the way Norwich start on Liverpool for the weekend there, Norwich start with a bang, and I find there was a little shaky from the start.
Yeah.
But I wasn't afraid. I was never afraid. I
Yeah,
always
man.
know. I was never afraid. From they settle in the game, Mane, Salah settle in the game to be a good game.
Yeah, trust me.
Yeah, man.
But
Yeah, man.
now,
Solid.
I heard the partner, the last Liverpool supporter said he likes Jota, but he wants a main striker, which I find it will be hard for any striker to come and play in that front three.
Yeah. It will be hard to
Because-
attract a quality striker.
Jota can score goals. He can score goals.
Yeah.
He can get the chance and score. But the way the front three playing, he's not involving the two other players. So
Yeah.
Firmino is the only player I see that can be in that front three. So basically, they have to get Firmino to play behind or a solution to make, because let me tell you, if Jota alone playing that front three without quality midfielders, without the creativity midfield.
Yeah.
So what about Thiago?
Yeah.
So you think it'll be better if Thiago in the midfield?
But Thiago still not the attacking type of midfielder. I don't know.
It's true, it's true. He more
Okay,
man that
okay.
will give you a pass. He wouldn't drive with the ball, dribble.
Hold the ball and slow the game down and pick a pass on the side of the field, like he can slow the game. But Thiago
Alright.
will not be Kevin De Bruyne, the Pogba.
Yeah.
All right, fair
Yeah,
enough,
I
fair
get
enough.
that, man.
So Ronaldo, what's your ideal like front six? The front three, Mane, Salah. Who would you have in your midfield and up front?
We have to make a sacrifice. Because
Mhm.
if you want to keep the front two scorers in tune
Yeah.
still, you have to have Firmino playing with them.
All right, so Firmino for the middle and in your
Okay.
So
midfield.
basically, I'm telling you have to come to a solution, whereas you put Firmino behind.
Yeah.
If you have Fabinho and Henderson or Fabinho and somebody play defensive, but you have Firmino behind.
So you're saying drop Firmino into the midfield.
Yeah, put Firmino back in the
That would be
Number 10
interesting, you know. That could work, you know.
All right, and then Jota up top.
Jota on top. Yeah, Jota is a good scorer, you know, trust me.
Yeah, they're
Alright.
a goal
But
scorer.
he just cannot make the link. The link of the three cannot make it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he
Because
all
three
right,
of them want to score.
understandable.
Three of them want to score. Nobody holding for one another. I mean, they're actually holding for each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Thiago
Fair
can't
enough,
put
man.
that.
Fair enough.
But other than that, what
Alright, man.
other games? What other games? Catch your eye on the weekend. There, catch your eye on the weekend. You watch any other games?
I watch the Man U game.
What do
Okay.
you think?
I watched the Man U game early o'clock yesterday. I find it was a good game, but some Man U fans
They excited.
Talk your
yeah.
talk.
they
Yeah.
don't see nothing again. They don't see
Yeah.
nothing.
What you mean? Nothing in terms of what?
It's like they win the league.
All you don't want to know, like some fans have only don't want to hear all that blunders. They don't hear nothing.
Nah, I mean that don't make any sense to me. I mean, like I tell some of them, man, right? I mean, I'm a United fan, but to me, we always play good against the teams like Leeds that will come after us. You know, teams that
Yeah.
is the teams that going to sit back and make it difficult for us. You know that we don't
I
struggle
check it.
against.
Man, you don't need two holding midfielders against a team that don't pushing up.
My brother.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why
You
coming back
preaching.
to Brad point there. I have to agree is the coaching, right? Because not for we playing two defensive midfielders, let's say even against Leeds, because Leeds going to push up on you. But when you're playing against a Burnley or one of them, a Watford, one of them teams that are going to sit back, you don't need them two man in the midfield.
Yeah.
But it's a good game, man. Take chances, but Leeds still get too little chance to score the blunder.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, they'll win because look, Norwich get chance to score Liverpool too, you know. I don't say not.
Yeah, we concede too many chances. That highlight we playing there, we can't be giving away the ball like that.
I see Van Dijk strolling back again, like you cannot, like you want to run back.
Yeah, but that is his
First
style,
game back, man. First game back, man. First game
that
back.
is his style. He like to contain, he like to tackle, man.
Imagine I watching Man City and Tottenham game today. I was getting mad at Tottenham, you know.
Also,
Big eye check it. The amount of counter attack Tottenham get on Man City earlier o'clock in the game and for all.
And for them chance, yeah.
I check him out a while now.
Son was looking really shaky in that game there.
See, I see. We'll go and get quite a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, they play him right. They play him clean for run and he miss.
So I was saying best Son didn't sign the contract because look, Son playing like he don't want to be there.
But Son, let me ask you, you think Kane gone or no?
But I think Kane gone. If Kane stay there, it's like they tie him against his will.
Yeah, I think Kane gone, man.
I think Kane gone.
All right.
I don't see
all right, man. Yeah, man. Thanks for calling, man. We definitely appreciate it, man.
Take it easy.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
man. Later. All right, we bring another person in there now. Boy. I like it, fellas. Keep the call coming in. You know, come and give your views on the weekend on your team.
We have an Arsenal fan there.
Ah, boy.
We have an Arsenal fan.
Yes, caller. Yo. Go ahead, caller. You live. Yo.
What is it with?
You see?
Yes,
tell us.
Hey there, man. I there. Boy, I don't know. After that game, I honestly, if I talk
hold on. First of all, before you say, I mean, we say Arsenal fan, but yeah, you asked to support Arsenal, right? Just confirm that.
Yes.
All right. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I supporting them during the bad time. It's been a bad time for quite a while now.
Oh boy,
a good time. But you know, it's just man, it coming down to recruitment and coaching. I don't see anything that happened in this summer that improved the team in any way. To me, as if we were at square one at the start of the summer, we still at square one at the end of the summer. They signed 3 players.
You don't think Ben White is an improvement then?
Man, it's difficult to say, man. I don't want to pass judgment on him early. He only play one game, you know, and stuff. So I think, you know, as a young player coming in from this in English players are premium or whatever. I don't know if the premium is supposed to be $40 million or $30 million.
So
Ben White only worth 10.
I'm just saying that on top of his actual worth, I don't know if it's $40 or $30 million. But you know, if I had to be going in to get players this summer, I would definitely. I would have to agree. They got that Portuguese partner to play backup for, you know, Tierney on the left back. I seen him a couple of preseason games. He wasn't bad as a deputy. That's not too bad. But I would be going after a right back. We need some kind of threat on the right side. I don't understand in that.
So what was your thoughts on the Brentford game now?
I mean, I didn't really have to say like predictions to say, oh, it's a new promoted team, we're going and just brush them off or anything. To make it worse, we didn't have any senior striker playing up top, and I feel like the younger strikers they needed a more senior, either more senior striker or senior player in the midfield, because they just didn't seem to be, you know, sure as to when to go, when to stay.
Well, let me ask you, Shane, when you watch your team, you watch Arsenal, Arteta been there for what now, a year, 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years, I think. Yeah.
What would you say is Arsenal style? Like we know Liverpool, counter pressing. I mean, Manchester United always an anomaly. But Tuchel, you see a team have a certain style, the way they like to play their game. What would you say is Arteta style? Well, I personally can't identify it.
Arteta trying to, when I say trying, I mean trying to reproduce something like what Pep doing. Hold the ball, pass it and stuff, but the players not there for that. And then his style is very, very, very negative. Arteta is very afraid of losing more than he crave winning. So he prefer go back and hold the ball back in the defense. Like in the game, early in the first half, it was only like the 30-something minute. We win a throw in, basically in their half. And the throw in went back to Ben White, and Ben White passed it back to Leno in our half. Like what? And we down 1-0.
Yeah.
You have a whole hour to play again. To me, at least that's how I thinking of it. In that situation, this team score 22 minutes in, you have plenty time to score. My next plan would be, okay, let's try to get level before halftime or even beyond that. Let's try to turn this on them. But it's like, I don't know, man. The team always so to start and
so without Aubameyang and Lacazette, who's all the main? I mean, who's all the main goal threat? I mean, who's that? Pepe or? I mean, I watched some of the game, and to me, you guys have a very good young midfielder there in Smith Rowe. To me, that man is a good player, but you need to be surrounded around better players, in my opinion.
That's what I'm saying. He needed more seniority around him. Somebody to, like certain things. Yes, he's young. He would try it, and then there are certain things he might have wanted to try, and he tried it one time in the game, and because the player up top didn't have the presence of mind or the experience to know he in a good position to make the run in behind or run in the channel, he cannot play the ball. He just be playing it to the air. So that's why I feel like they needed a more senior thing, but I guess it's not really through fault of theirs that they didn't have somebody else.
I watched that entire game and I just feel like Smith Rowe is a good player and I like his style on the ball and stuff. But it seems to me like Arsenal midfield playing with each other for the first time. Everybody's standing looking around and Smith Rowe will pick up the ball and he'll turn left, right. Like you don't really get a sense that team been training together for a while.
He don't have a sense of where to go with the ball. And on the right side, I mean, players don't pick their price tag, okay? So, saying that Pepe, they spend 72 million on Pepe and things. That's not really Pepe's fault, but I mean, he's been there, for going on 2 years now.
Yeah.
I feel like he should have, a sense of more confidence to go forward, As for I honestly, looking at the game, I never felt that there was anybody apart from Smith Rowe that really wanted to have the ball. Nobody wanted to take responsibility to change anything in the game.
Yeah.
So you put that you put that on the manager, or you put that on the players?
I go 50-50. The manager need to be more willing to risk it. Like you'd watch a game. Fergie would be managing United. If United down 2-1 or whatever, Fergie's mindset is, I prefer lose 3-1, trying to win the game, than just to sit back and say, I will take the 2-1. But Arteta mindset is, boy, things could get worse. Let me just, try to consolidate it. And I don't feel that is what we really need.
Yeah.
Go forward to progress.
Yeah,
man. All right, man. Thanks for the call, man.
Yeah, man.
Definitely appreciate it. Yes, I.
Yes, as the life of Arsenal fan, it's gonna be hard this season, fellas. Make sure you eat all the breakfast before they watch this game.
Boy, Chelsea next week, they're going on be a test.
Boy, what's that? I think, boy, you know what? Let me not give my prediction yet. We'll give it later. Anyway, yes, I. Later. Yeah, man. So I seen in the comments there, we have quite a few comments going back and forth there about Kane and, so I like the engagement, fellas. I like the engagement, everybody. Let's keep it going. Carol, we didn't touch all the games, did we?
Just the last one.
Oh, the big game, the big match today.
Yeah. Tottenham Man City. Dwayne said 2-1 to City. Brad said 2-0 to City. I said 3-0 to City. And Tottenham surprised us with a 1-0 victory.
I have no respect for Spurs. I want to say 3-0.
No. I expected the big teams to come out with a statement. 3 of them did. And City.
Yeah, I mean,
I should have done better. City, that strikerless lineup the man have there, it's not gonna fly this season.
But they have Gabriel Jesus, Brad.
Gabriel Jesus is there, but City have that man there and he's back up on them and they've never striker.
The man back up, the man can't get in. But I heard a stat today there that in the last 3 games City played, right? The Champions League final, the Charity Shield, and the game today, Jesus has played a combined 25 minutes. 25 minutes in those 3 games. And he's the backup, right? Aguero not there. So I mean, something not exactly meshing, in terms of him and Pep. Pep maybe not his biggest fan.
Even last year when Aguero was out for large spells, they didn't trust Jesus to lead the line. So you can tell Pep wants something more. If it might be Kane or it might be somebody else, but Jesus is definitely not the answer.
Yep. Look at Chelsea fans say on Arsenal does find strength. Ah boy. Big game going up this weekend. Big game. So that concludes us for the review for the weekend. Overall, I mean, who would you guys say is the MVP for the weekend in terms of the league? Overall.
Oh, a single player?
Single player, yeah.
Well, I know some players had a lot of assists, others had hat tricks and stuff. But if you ask me, I think that striker for Brentford there, Tony, everything that go up the pitch landed on that man's head, and that man was just bullying Arsenal defenders. That man had himself a performance. First game in the Premier League. Yeah.
That's a decent call. That's a decent call.
That's a good shout. I would say Pogba. For me, not because he's a Man United player, but over the games that I watched for the weekend, I feel like in terms of impacting the game, he impacted the game the most for me. That young kid, the Chelsea defender, what's his name? Chalobah. Yeah, Mr. Impressed me. I watched him in the
Super Cup.
Yeah, in the Super Cup in the week and again on the weekend there. I think Chelsea have a very good defender there. But for overall in terms of player of the weekend, Pogba for me.
Yeah, I have to say I agree with that Pogba shot there, because even when we play in pro clubs and I getting fellas balls through on goal and fellas scoring goal and fellas getting man of the match, and I finish in 6.5 rating. But anyway, I think like I say, I always say I think Pogba and them guys, sometimes anybody who watch cricket, right? Brothers use that term, that phrase a lot. But anybody who watch cricket, there are some batsmen who only score runs against the weaker teams. And they call them flat track bullies. You understand? And my thing is for Pogba and them, man, is everybody know the talent that Pogba has. I want to see Pogba step up and put the mantle on his back. Something similar to what Shane was just saying about the Arsenal team. Pogba right now is one of the leaders in the team. I want to see Pogba put the team on his back and say, yeah, I'm going to try and perform to the best of my ability week in, week out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he have that in him. I really don't, because it's been 5 years since that man there, and that man, but at the same time, even if he don't have it in him necessarily, and he just try to concentrate on his game and try to play the best he can, Pogba, in my opinion, is maybe the most talented midfielder in the league. Maybe the closest person would be Kevin De Bruyne, in terms of straight up talent. So if he played anywhere close to his potential, I think he can have a very, very good season. Well, it was a good start for him. He did something that no other United player has done, 4 assists in 1 game, which is great, for him and the team. But we can't let that get to our head. You know what I'm saying? We have to go back to the drawing board and build strong.
Yeah, definitely. And we have other players coming in too.
Yeah, man.
Varane will probably start the next game.
Yep. Sancho get a little run out.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to do a little segment on the top of the Ting Sports League, the Fantasy League. And if you guys do have the the top the thing fantasy thing, Brad. We're gonna put it
Fantasy
in
code.
the code.
Yeah.
But we put it up and we'll put it in the chat for you guys to join the league. So this week we had, Carriel with the most points for the game week with 102. Wow, boy. Let me look at that man team there. Look at that man team.
Hey, calm down with that.
No. That man, look at that man team. So that man had Salah and Fernandez in his team. Antonio gave that man some big points. And his defenders also gave him a lot of points. So yeah, great game week for Carriel. Yeah, so the top five for this week were Carriel at 102, Brad 95, our partner Body from Burnie, 94 points, Rafik 89, and myself at 84.
I just want to say, if you're playing fantasy football and you don't have Salah and Bruno in your team, you have to reconsider what you're doing.
So now
you need to reevaluate.
Put some respect on Salah name. Might as well goal scorer.
The thing is there now, so we talk about the top three, and we'll talk about the top three and the bottom three every week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I see nothing on the bottom of the league table there. I'm very disappointed in that points tally I seen there. But
a Chelsea fan.
A Chelsea fan, 27 points. Come on, man.
As much as you may love Chelsea, if you captain in Havertz versus Salah or Bruno, something wrong.
Nah.
In the opening game week, in that kind of fixture, the man had.
So rounding up the rear pause, we had Brendan Beffelmi with 46. We had Francois Ferdinand with 43 and Rajiv with 27 points. So Rajiv, you have a lot of right now, boy. Carriel already running away. You have plenty catching up to do. So anyway, we have 37 game weeks to go.
But
early still.
Exactly.
Early still. So guys, like you said, we're gonna share the information for the talk the thing. Hold on, we're gonna share. You guys have the code?
Yeah. All
right.
I'll put it in the chat.
We said in the chat. You guys, anybody who in the fantasy, you guys want to join it, you guys can join it, and we'll just keep the updates going throughout the
yeah, man, a little friendly competition, man.
A little competition, man. Last year, I just want to say I won the league, and then I don't give my thing. We agree, but it's all right. This year I taking it again. That's all I could say.
Sure.
Okay, we'll get this legal thing there. Yeah,
sure.
You like to call that.
No.
I don't know if you know.
It's all right.
All right, yeah. Anyway, so one other thing now, before we do our predictions for the next game weekend, one other thing I want to touch on. I don't know how many of you guys in the chat, they watch cricket, but West Indies had a big win today against Pakistan in a test match in Jamaica. Won the game on the fourth day by 1 wicket. The number 9 and number 11 batsman bring it home. And as I told you guys, I'm a big cricket fan. I watch cricket, I play cricket. So I want to talk cricket at some point, throughout the sports show. So I want fellas like Kevin James and Grayson and all them fellas that'll be on Facebook. My partner from Paybu Shop there, Alton and them fellas there. Come on, talk about cricket and stuff. We had a couple of good performances in the game. We had Jermaine Blackwood getting 55 in the second innings. I don't think Jermaine Blackwood is a test match player, but that's just my opinion. Everybody can disagree. But Kapana say West Indies escape. I don't like that. When West Indies lose, it's blows you're giving them. When they win, take the win. They don't escape, they earn the win. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that was a little spiel on cricket there. So I don't know if you guys have any. I know one of you guys was putting up the fixtures for next weekend.
Yeah, them, man.
All right. So guys, we're gonna do our
weekly predictions.
Our weekly predictions for the weekend coming up.
Bad news for Arsenal.
First fixture of the weekend, Saturday morning, 7:30 a.m. Liverpool versus Burnley.
Oh, that's
where's that game being played?
Liverpool home team will be first.
At the Mecca of football.
All right, Anfield 3-1 Liverpool.
3-0 Liverpool. We will not concede a goal at home this week.
I go in big 4-0.
Right.
Aston Villa versus Newcastle.
gotta say 2-2.
Aston Villa.
Where again being played?
Home team.
Villa.
Home
Oh,
team. I call
Aston Villa, Newcastle. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matter of fact, let me check. Give me 2-1. 2-1 Aston Villa.
2-1 Villa
Aston
for
Villa.
me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3-2. Villa. 3-2. I think Newcastle have goals in them. Next is a London derby, Palace versus Brentford.
I think Brentford taking another win for the season there. Give me Brentford 2-0.
2-1 to Brentford. Brentford taking it. Palace a little shaky on the Patrick Vieira.
Yeah, I didn't see anything from Palace that would convince me differently there in that last.
1-0 to Brentford is mine. Then we have Leeds.
Yes, I.
We have Leeds Everton.
Leeds Everton.
Oh, playing at Ellen Road for the first time the fans in the stands since they want to come back in the league.
Yep.
Give me Leeds 3-2.
All right.
3-1 to Leeds.
I say 2-0 to Leeds. Rafinha will have a much better game.
There will be goals this weekend.
They put some respect on Richarlison in my brain.
Speaking of goals, over the 10 games this week, we had 34 goals.
That's 3.4 goals per game.
There were no draws in the league this week.
No draws in the league this week. All right. Next, City versus Norwich at the Etihad, at the Etihad.
City 4-0.
City 3-0.
I echo doing 4-0.
A strikerless Man City 3-0.
Yeah, I think Norwich.
City.
I think Norwich is still I think City will be bounced back.
Yeah. Next we have Brighton versus Watford.
2-1 to Brighton.
2-1 to Brighton
again. I echo that. 2-1.
2-1 to Brighton again.
Yeah.
I say 2-2. I say 2-2. Southampton versus Manchester United.
Why?
3-1 United.
2-2.
What thing you like to give us draws here?
2-2. I like to give all the draws. I only like to give all the draws.
3-0. 3-0 United. 3-0. Second to last. Nuno returns home. Wolves versus Spurs.
Spurs
Wait,
might have Kane back.
3-0 to Spurs.
Yeah, I said 2-0. I said 2-0. I said 2-0 Spurs.
Brad, you said 3-0?
3-0, yeah, to Spurs.
2-1 Spurs. Arsenal versus Chelsea.
This is my upset for this weekend, eh? Arsenal 1-0. That is, you can put up your eyebrows all you want to. That's what I tell you, eh?
2-0
Arsenal.
2-0 to Chelsea. 2-0 to Chelsea.
Arsenal, I feel Arsenal will take it.
Will Lukaku
going and pull something out of the hat.
Will Lukaku play? If Lukaku plays, I say
Lukaku playing, man. According to the caller earlier, Chelsea to buy that man to have him on bench.
To have him on the bench, right?
Yeah, man. 7-0 Chelsea.
All right. I say 2-0 to Chelsea. I don't think there's an upset there.
Lukaku had trick, boy.
Yes,
back if a bang, boy.
Yes,
Why?
All right. One more fixture for the week. West Ham United versus Leicester City.
Not gonna be a good game.
I smell a draw.
Give me a draw now. Give me a 2-2.
2-2.
2-2?
Yeah.
2-2.
Yeah, give me a draw.
I think it's 2-2 across the board. Right? That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
All right. So the predictions are
They're
in.
playing that in West London. Yeah. Give me 2-2.
Yeah, the predictions are in. So we're looking forward to another week of good football.
Yeah,
man.
Onwards and upwards. Myself, I'm not getting too excited about the table. The table takes shape after the first 10 games, in my opinion.
Correct.
It will take shape after the 38 games. Hey,
And the shape will be Liverpool on top and whoever else.
I hear that. I hear that.
but anyway, so guys, you know, like I know we heavily talk about football and stuff, but we watch other sports too,
Yeah, man.
There's guys in there. Guys watch F1. Guys watch.
Afraid, man. As
I
you
don't-
see,
I don't watch-
basketball.
I watch even golf. Everything I was watching, tennis, all kind of thing.
You only do
So-
that golf business there. Eh?
Boy, you mad? But I'm telling you something.
If I want to sleep, I'll
Ryder
watch
Cup.
golf.
Ryder Cup coming. I better watch a little golf.
But talking about golf, my brother, one of them days that we should go on the course and do a 9 holes, my brother. You know what I'm saying? That would be a nice
I
thing
have
to
a problem.
do.
I'll try it.
I can buy a polo and a boat shoes. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that.
Boat shoes.
Whatever they just play with.
I have khakis, man. I good.
Yeah, man. Anyway, fellas, so yes, guys, we really appreciate you guys tuning into the show this weekend. We had a very, very good weekend of football, English Premier League opening up. One question before we log off there. What was the pick of the goals this weekend?
Ooh. Give me a second to think there.
Aileen.
To me, the pick of the goal is Aileen.
Yes.
That strike was a brilliant strike.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And people say bias, but that the last volley that Bruno hit for the hat trick, that is not an easy skill at all with that ball coming over your shoulder there. But still, Aileen goal.
Yeah, man. That Aileen definitely
Yeah.
he take the cake this weekend anyway.
Yeah, man. All right, fellas.
I don't think no goalkeeper was stopping now.
Yeah, man. So all right, guys. So I don't know if you guys have anything you want to close off with before we shut it down.
No, man, I just want to share my excitement because I'm quite happy that the Premier League is back. I'm looking forward to looking at some of the other games in the other leagues too. I want to see Messi make his debut and see what PSG is going to be PSG. They're going to steamroll them teams up there, but it will be good to see Messi on a different stage, man. See if he can do the same thing.
La Liga dead though. Dead, man.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah, La Liga. But something just came to mind. So guys, before we log off, the people in Dominica and even the people up here, guys, COVID is not a joke. All right, COVID is not a joke. We need to start taking this thing serious. I know a lot of people have been taking it serious, but we know people who've lost family members to this thing. We know people who've caught it and it's been bad. Guys, please don't take it for a joke. Please protect yourself, protect your families. Whether you believe you have to take the vaccine or not, but whatever you choose to do, please wash your hands, wear your mask. Those things have been proven to help with the reduction of spreading the virus. All right. So please, every day we just seeing the numbers rising and rising and rising in Dominica. We're all getting excited about coming back home, maybe for independence or carnival or anything like that. And the way it's looking right now, not looking too good. So please, let's make sure that we're looking out for each other. It's not just about you, it's about the wider society. All right. So please wear your mask, wash your hands, be careful, when you're around big crowds and stuff. All right. So that's pretty much the little 411 I want to give on the COVID thing.
Yes,
and
sir.
just be safe, everybody. All right. So we're looking forward to seeing you guys when we have another show, which most likely will be on next weekend. And have a good night, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.